Today I fucked up by gaming naked. Let me start saying that I live in Brazil, and we're having a really bad heat wave in my state. So I stay naked inside my house quite a lot these days. Perks of not living with your parents anymore. I was playing on my Xbox, chatting with my online friends, being all chill with my nakedness under my ceiling fan. A few hours go by and I kinda forget I'm naked, just sitting legs comfortably spread at the foot of the bed and all that in front of the TV. Mom calls my phone asking if I'm home, because she has a surprise for me, was hoping for some food at that time. So I tell her I am home and she can come. She arrives about 20 minutes later, opens the house with her extra key and starts calling my name. The forgetful dumbass that I am says I am in my room. Why? Exclamation mark. I wasn't the only one getting a surprise, let me tell you that. Oh, BTW, my surprise was an extra visitor, my grandma who is now living with my mom and who will probably never visit me again. TL, doctor, today I fucked up by forgetting I was naked while playing video games and telling mom and grandma to come into the room. I'm sure they've seen you naked before. At least mom has. Grandma, oh my, you're a big boy now. Look how much you've grown. Sure. Forgot. Grandma isn't looking at me anymore. You think I wanted that? Crying face, smiley face. I need pics for scientific verification. Typical Reddit. As soon as a poster mentions they're a sweaty tattooed shaved naked Brazilian exhibitionist male gamer, everyone always asks for pics. What are you doing, step grandma? Exclamation mark. Oh no. Well, they've seen it all before. They probably laughed their asses off in private. Today I fucked up by moaning big floppa in bed. This happened about a week ago, but I only just thought to post it here. Recently, I learned of this meme big floppa. It's just about a caracal cat named Gregory. The same day I learned about this meme, I was having sex with my wife. Everything was going normally, until I ejaculated. In the middle of doing so, I moaned big floppa. My wife was confused at first, then started crying. Our cat jumped up on our bed while I was ejaculating, and this made me think of big floppa. And without thinking, I said his name. Not too long later, I helped her calm down, and she stopped crying. We haven't talked about all of this since then, and I'm not sure how to explain it to her. I think she thinks I'm cheating on her, and I have no idea how I can even bring it up. Too long didn't read, our cat jumped up on our bed as I ejaculated, and thought of a cat meme. Seriously, that's the funniest shit I've read in this hellhole website in a long time. When I first read the title, I thought you had a big flopper, smirking face. So she thinks you're cheating with a woman named Big Flopper? Absolute Chad and a king. Funny story. Should be pretty easy to communicate this to your wife though. Today I fucked up by buying my husband a Hanukkah card. This happened a few years ago. I am originally from Taiwan, and moved to the US for grad school and ended up staying here. The university I was attending had a really large Jewish population. Most of them were, I think, what you would call culturally Jewish, as they weren't really that religious and they basically never talked about being Jewish. For example, one of my really good friends was Jewish, but she was no different than any other white person as far as I understood it, and other than when she invited me over to a Passover event, she barely even talked about it. My first boyfriend in the US ended up being a Jewish guy. The first time we had sex I noticed he was circumcised and we talked about it a bit. I had already heard it was a Jewish thing for guys to get it done, but I just had never seen one in person like this, since Taiwanese guys don't usually get circumcised. Anyway, eventually that relationship came to a close. I later met another guy who I liked. He eventually became my husband, and we started dating, and eventually that led to sex, and his pants came off and he was also circumcised. Except at this point I was used to circumcised penises, so I didn't say a word about it. We had just started dating in late October that year, so Hanukkah came along quickly. We had never talked about religion or anything, but his penis told me that he was another one of those Jewish people who just didn't really talk about being Jewish. So when we had decided to exchange gifts, I bought him a Hanukkah card to go along with with his present. I gave him the card and he just kind of looked at me funny and said something like, "Why this?" And I said, "Well, aren't you Jewish?" And he says, "No." And I said, "Well, I saw you naked." And he goes, "Huh?" And I said, "Well, your dick is circumcised." He then started laughing for like 5 minutes. Anyway, this is where I learned that most males in the US are circumcised regardless of their religious background. Too long didn't read, thought my husband was kosher based on what his sausage looked like. The too long didn't read is the best part. Have an update. Him from Israel and a Jew, I approve. Upvotes for your too long didn't read sentence. Funny girl, you. This is a really cute story that made me smile. L'chaim. I wish more of the world knew about how common male genital mutilation is here. It would put more pressure on us to stop it. Why is it so common?